Hi, I'm Ilya from Bitskout, and in this short video, I wanted to show you how you can extract line items from invoices to your tool. Now, first of all, Bitskout already has a template called invoices, and we automatically extract line items from those. So to set up the extraction, you just need to press here, use template. Then, depending on the tool where you want data to appear or where you want to plug in to use, you can choose between Zapier, Make, Asana, and Monday, and there will be more tools. In our case, as we are extracting line items which come out from a document as a CSV, we either need to use Zapier or Make. So in this case, we're going to use Make. And in another video, I will show you how to use Zapier. So let's call it invoices with line items. And that's it. So now we have our plugin. Here it is. You can run a test here. But yeah, now it's ready. The next step is to create a Make scenario. So let's do so. It is super easy to do. And if you've seen the previous video how we extract data from tables, in this case, it's practically the same. So let us create a scenario. So typically you receive invoices via email, and this is what we're gonna use here. We're gonna use a trigger called watch emails. In my case, I will use Gmail. In your case, you can use Outlook or whatever mail client you use. Well, actually, it's either Outlook or Gmail. Okay. The folder will be inbox. I will put a Gmail filter, and I will add one thing to subject, this one, which basically tells me for this test that's the only emails we will analyze. In your case, you probably have invoices mailbox. If you don't, please create that to which you forward all the invoices. So you don't need to create this filter, okay? But in my case, I need it because it is my main mailbox, okay? This one. Now, okay, so now we are running emails. So the next step is probably you want to save the invoice, and that's what we're gonna do. But before that, we need to iterate the attachments that are coming from a Google Mail. Okay, here it is. Because an email can contain multiple attachments. So now what happens here, we receive an email, it has a bunch of attachments, then we start checking each attachment. And then the next step is to save the file to Dropbox. You can save it to Google Drive. The reason why we do that is eventually you want to have some kind of storage for the invoice, so you can always go back to an original file. And that's what we're going to do here. And then we need to create a share link to pass it to Bitskout from an upload. Okay, so straightforward, getting in emails, checking all attachments, going over each attachment, uploading the file, creating a link. And next thing is we need to use Bitskout. Sorry. And here you need to run a plugin for a file. And the workflow is invoices with line items. Okay, and link will be download URL. So now we have our scenario ready. The next step is to run it, to add a CSV. Okay, and we need to parse the CSV. Now, Bitskout retrieves the items divided by semicolon, and there are 21 columns in the line items. You don't need all of them, but we extract everything we can. Okay, Now we need to choose the CSV. As you can see, I only see custom fields, so let's put it here. And what needs to happen here, you need to run a Bitskout plugin at least once. I'm just gonna put here a share URL. So you need to run it once, that it will pick up the fields that we extract, because upfront Make doesn't know what plugin we're using. All right. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have extracted. All right, so and these are the line items. As you can see, they look like this. Now, what we need to do is to choose here a correct CSV, and you need to choose here line items. And that's it. And the next step is to write data to a tool. Okay, so in previous video we already did it for Google Sheets, so let's add it to Excel as well. I'm not gonna break the whole flow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add here a router. We'll just write into two places together, and we need to create an Excel file. I think we already have one. Okay, so here we are. Let's give it a little bit different name, invoices, line items. And the same thing here is, as we do not know, as Excel is not really structured to allow you to create nested forms, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just write as a flat in each cell, write the data. Only thing I will add here, file name, invoice ID, and then here line item description, line item quantity, line item total. All right. Now, the next step is here to set it up. Okay, sorry. Now we need Excel. Okay. Now we need to add a worksheet row. And we need to choose a file, and we call it invoices line items. Okay, let's look for this line items. We have a sheet 1. Okay, now we have a file name. So let's take a file name so we can identify the file later on. We'll take the invoice ID, and then we'll take description is column 2, quantity is column 10, and total is column 19. Okay. Types of values are values. Okay. I will switch off the root to Google Sheets. We don't need that. And let's just run the same email. You don't have to send it once again. You can just start from, let's say, yesterday, and process the email that we have just received. Okay, here it is, because this was the only email that I sent with the test flag in the subject. So now what is going to happen, we're going to extract information from Bitskout will extract information from an invoice, then the line items as well. CSV will parse them, and we'll create rows in Excel. Okay, not this one, this one. Let's see what happens there. Double checking, everything is okay. And here we are. So it will then take the second file. I think in Excel you have to refresh it. But this is the way you can write data from line items into your Excel. Not super straightforward, but at least it will take you 5 minutes to set up. If you have any questions, feel free to ping us via chat or via email. Thank you.